So let's spend some moments on things which are worrying me, and I want to hear what you have to say about it. We saw two supposedly brotherly nations duke it out, Iran and Pakistan. Pakistan now responding with strikes inside Iran, this on the back of Iranian strikes on Pakistani soil, quite unprecedented and surprising. This at a time when leaders of both countries were at the World Economic Forum at Davos, and interestingly, they put out a picture around the time when this happened. What are you making of that?
Look, I think there is a centrality there in that thread. Before I go to Pakistan, Iran, I want to go to what's happening in the Red Sea, the Houthis. Non-state actors will help. I think the point of confidence that I get, and from where I am coming, I don't think it's in the interest of any of the state actors, Rahul, at this point of time to exacerbate the tension and have all breakout of hostilities on a huge scale. I don't think it's anybody's interest. What was happening, because between Pakistan and Iran, I've seen a statement which the MEA has also issued. I think that MEA statement is very well positioned, that any country which is confronted with the terrorist actions of non-state actors has a right to defend itself. Now, whether this is entirely an exchange between non-state actors or to what extent are state actors involved, we've been at the receiving end of Pakistan-inspired, state-sponsored terrorism now for longer than most people can remember. And we've never bought their line that this is state actors acting on their own. I've never bought the line. I don't think any of my colleagues in the government or the MEA have. In this particular case, I am not surprised. There are changes happening in the world of a very fundamental character. You had a situation where a rapprochement or an approach to a rapprochement was announced between very major state actors in that country. Some of the non-state actors were not reconciled. Did they carry out those attacks in the Red Sea on their own, or in the belief that the state actors would have their back? I personally think there is an overwhelming show of force there, and I don't think people would want to cross the line. So that's what gives me confidence. Pakistan and Iran, I'm not surprised at all, because what I heard was what these people were doing, going inside Iranian territory and carrying out certain acts. Now, without all the information being available, I was not surprised that the other state decided to act in self-defense. So that's the MEA statement, and that's about as far as I can go in terms of my understanding of the situation.
And you also seen how these charges have been leveled against Pakistan, and Pakistan always in denial. Now even a country like Iran is supposed to be friendly, making and acting on that charge.
Rahul, I have had the privilege of chairing the 1373 or the Counter-Terrorism Committee of the UN Security Council. We were on the Security Council the 2 years that I was in New York. Whenever it came to a listing of a Pakistani terrorist entity, there was no doubt amongst anyone in the Security Council that that entity needed to be listed. Whether it was the Al-Qaeda Sanctioning Committee or it was the 1373 or there was another number which I don't remember, it's always one country which would not say that they are not terrorists, but they would put a hold on that and they would stop the proscription. Now, you know what the story is. But I think we're reaching a point, Rahul, where it's getting embarrassing even for them. Because today, the world is facing economic challenges. Half the world is in recession. The other half is flirting with it. There are points of turbulence. I think everybody wants that in a situation where major elections are going to be held in major countries, and I mean the United States, who ours also, but we are fortunately insulated from this turbulence. People want to ensure that their presence or their interest in any further movement is there. That's why they assert their personality. Otherwise, it makes no sense. I mean, if at all somebody had to do destabilization, then why stop at Hamas? There are outfits there with 20 times more lethality than Hamas available, which could have been used. So I don't buy that. I think there is inherently state structures want to calm the situation.